All right. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate everyone taking the time out to come discuss some fiber optic solutions, some current gaps in the industry, and also where our 100G Bidi Breakout can help. So a few logistical notes before we start. Of course, everyone's camera and microphone will be disabled for the length of the webinar. As well, the call will be recorded, and we will be sending the recording out afterwards to everyone who registered and attended. We have received some questions beforehand, so we will be holding a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. If you have any questions during this session, you can submit them at the chat or using the Q&A function right here in Microsoft Teams, and we will address those at the end of the presentation. Now, I'd like to introduce our speaker, Nghia Hoang. Nghia Hoang is our product line manager here at Vitex, who has a decade of experience working with DWDM switches and free space optical communication and amplifiers for companies like Molex and also Lucent Government Services. At Vitex, Nghia is responsible for managing the technical duration and development of our portfolio, testing new products, guiding customization coordination between customers and R&D, and leading portfolio development for specific market segments. So, without further ado, Nghia, I'll hand the reins over to you and we can get started.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nghia, and I'm excited to introduce our product to you today. And this is very exciting product. So this is a overview of the state of the connectivity today. We have the PSM4, which is the single mode fiber solutions for connecting 25G and 10G to 100G. As the industry migrate from 25G and SFP switches to 100G and above using QSFP and QSFP-DD switches, but there's no point-to-point BiDi, so there's a lot of needs in the industry to reduce the amount of fibers in this, and we think that this next generation's products gonna help a lot of customers in maximizing their network infrastructure. So I'm gonna get you some basic facts about the products first before I go into more details. So the 100G BiDi makes the most of your switch investment. Anything that a point-to-point BiDi like 25G, 10G BiDi to SFP can do, this can do, and then it support different wavelength, powers, and optical budget. And if you don't have the space, the time, or the budget to add additional 10G or 25G switches and only have the 100G switches or the power to support more switch, we have the answer. So, and then with this innovation, we won the 2023 Livewire Innovation Reviews Award at OFC. So our products has a wide range of applications, and I'm excited to share with you today the applications and help you envision how it's gonna fit into your systems. So the three main area that we see our customer using the products right now is the broadcast access network and 5G network on the front haul, which is cell side to the data unit. So on the broadcast side, we cut the fiber that is needed in half to allow the camera operator to move faster. Or we double the number of camera used. You know that I watch soccer and these new technology called VAR, and the number of camera needed is more, and then yeah, you get more angles for your actions. On the switch side, the broadcast operators are moving to the 100G switch, so we can support up to 4 cameras on one QSFP slot. So it's saving space and slots on your switch. For the access network is the last mile of the fiber network. It's sometimes called FTTX, fiber to the X, like fiber to the home, or MDU, which is the multi-dwelling units and communities. So we use only one QSFP slot to connect to the 4 endpoints, which then is which is a large building or the multi-dwelling units. And then for the cell side, our solution is going to help you in the front hold, connecting cell tower to the data units. And the difference between 4G and 5G is the wavelength. So the frequency that the signal transmit. So 5G offer very large bandwidth and speed, but also it has the limit range of the where the signal can move. So that's why in the industry now is finding itself to have the need to build a lot more towers, and we believe that our part's gonna offer them the most hour for the network infrastructure that required for the for the 5G network. So let's go into more details. So this is the traditional way to connect a camera to the control switch for the broadcast companies. So there's going to be an transceiver 25G or 10G on the camera, and then there's two fibers, one TX and one RX, that connect to a switch in the control room, and that takes two set of fibers and two transceiver per camera. And so for 4 cameras, you're going to see that you're going to need 4 25G SFP transceiver and 8 fibers. And our customer already moved from the 25G switch to 100G switch. So they are using 100G PSM4 QSFP transceiver right now. And this is how our solution looks. So our solutions eliminate half of the fibers that are needed by using the BiDi. And then on the switch, it's only take one QSFP slot. So all 4 cameras gonna go into one QSFP slot, and it's using the 4 to 1 gearbox, so that all of the electricals gonna get converted into all of the optical get converted to electrical, and then these 4 electrical signals gonna get combined to the 100G electrical speed connections going into the switch. So it saved you half of the fiber needed, and in the stadium it's huge, because routing the fiber in the stadium is very hard and costly. So getting double the capacity for the same amount of fibers is a big win for our customer. And you can see this is the slide from our customer Glass Valley on their systems. So they have the camera, and then it connect to a control unit, and then from there the feeds go into the 2 network, the red network switch, and then the blue network switch for the redundance. Because if any of the switch go down, they can still have the feed to go and back up in real time. So this is a good contract win for us, and hopefully a lot of people gonna know about our products and give us the opportunity to help them in their needs. So this is the next kind of applications for our products, which is the access network. CMTS is cable modem termination systems. So like a lot 100G data is going to go into to the CMTS, and then after that, it's a need to break down into the nodes, and from the nodes, it's gonna have the tap, which is a splitter that go into the house. So right now in the industry, people are moving from the 25G to switch to the 100G switch. So our product fit right into the CMTS, which is cable modem termination system, and offer parallel lanes in one, so 2 lane TX and RX on the one fiber and going into the nodes. So it fits right into the new network infrastructure that is deployed at the CMTS, and it offer better low cost solutions, so that you only need to use half of the fiber than traditionally you needed. And then for the 5G front-haul, so as I said before, the 4G and 5G use different radio frequency, and then 5G can pack less data but travel further, and 5G pack more data but cannot travel as far. That's why you need more towers. And so I'm going to go with the so the next few slides, I'm going to go through what the current offering on the market on the front 5G front haul, and how the cell side towers are connected to the data processing unit before going to the mid haul, and then see how our products offer cost and simple of installation for network operators. So this is the first. This is the traditional or the on the market solution right now. Each cell tower is gonna have the so it's use a 25G BiDi transceiver. So each of the cell tower has one 25G BiDi transceiver at the base stations, and then it's gonna connect to a piece to a SMF fiber, have the range of 10 kilometers, and then it's going into the data processing unit of multiple towers. So that's gonna use up 25G transceiver slots on the data processing unit. Another solutions that on the market right now, instead of using BiDi, they are using traditional 25G transceivers, and that will cost double the amount of fiber. And then these fibers are long, you've used speak of 10 kilometers per cell site, and then you multiply it by multiple cell sites to connect to a data processing unit. It costs a lot of money for these solutions. And then so the next one is you have wavelength multiplexer and divisions that connect, so that you use less fibers, but you will have to add the WSS, which is wavelength selectable switch, to multiplex and drop the channels between the cell site and then the data processing unit. So the cost of this solution is about the cost of the double fibers in the previous solutions. And this is just another, so that the ActiveWDM solution, so that you put more you put more cell site into one central processing unit. So the cost of the transceiver and then the switch is very large in here, but as a 5G requires more tower, this is the typical solutions right here. And then so this is back to the traditional connectivities. This is what the current is, so that there's one transceiver out of the base station and then 25G transceiver at the data processing units. So where we come in right here, you can see, okay, for one slot, 100G QSFP slot on the data processing unit, you can connect up to 4 tower, and then it's use only one fiber per tower right here. So the tower can be 10G or 25G, and then 4 of them is going to go in, and then there's no transceiver needed. Before combining all of these uh, 25G lanes into 100G, and then this is uh, this is more cost effective and then simpler to implement than the DWDM, because for DWDM to work, you on the cell tower side, you need to make sure that the 25G transceiver operating at different um, wavelengths so that you can multiplex them together. Here you can just order the same transceiver, put it into the base tower, run the fiber, and then not to worry about to get the correct transceiver at the cell side tower. And then on the base station, you will use the 100G switch, and then you can combine the signal into 400G mid hole and transmit it for a long distance. So I talk about the application for our products, but this is the glance at the specifications that we have. So our each lane is up to 28.05 gigabit per second, and we offer it with and or without CDR. So the speed per lane is supported from 10 to 28. So if you still have the 10G speed, that's fine. It's going to work as well. It has 4 independent lane, but full duplex, but in one fiber. So both TX and RX in one fiber. The single the power supply is 3.3 volt, and the power consumption is low. So for traditional applications, you need the transceiver on either side 25G. This doesn't have any 25G transceiver. You only have one QSFP and 100G transceiver, and then the power consumption for that is 4 watt. So 4 watt for 4 links, and then so each link is less than 1 watt. We offer up to 10 kilometer transmission range. So the from the QSFP to the 25G transceiver on the other side can be up to 10 kilometers. But the AOC itself, we offer up to 30 meters of fibers coming from the QSFP to the 4 BiDi Breakout. And then it's hot pluggable and RoHS compliance. Our products has been tested and it's compatible with Cisco, Juniper, Arista switches. And then the temperature is extended case temperature from minus 20 degrees Celsius to 85 degrees Celsius. It's a case temperature. So yes, it's not normal data centers commercial temp, but it's extended temperature range. So in brief, I'm gonna emphasize that our product save space like normal compared to the other solution on the market today. That's gonna need you to put 4 25G slots and then combine that into one 100G slot on the switch. So it's going to take at least 5 slot on the switch. Ours just have one. It just consume 100G slot on the switch. It uses less fiber than traditional solutions because this solution is BiDi, so the fiber used is half of the traditional that use pairs of fiber, one for TX and one for RX. It's seamlessly integrated with existing technology and new trend. For example, as I say before, the industry is moving from 10 and 25G switch to 100G and potentially 400G switch. So that this would plug right into the switch, but it still support the existing infrastructure for the cell tower, for the camera. It's still stuck at 10G and 25G. So this is the bridge between the old and new, and it offers seamlessly integration with both of the technologies. And this is only the product on the market we don't see anything like this, and that's why we are very excited to offer that and help you maximize your existing network infrastructure and resource saving. So, so we received some common questions beforehand, and I'm going to address them. So, is the products readily available? Yes, we are readily available for the products at 10G with 10 kilometer range. There's a product development in the pipeline that's going to extend that range to 20 kilometers and potentially more. Given the performance and capabilities, how much of the premium is it? It's the price is compatible with the current existing solutions. For example, if you add all the 25G transceiver and the 100G for this link, the price is the same, but you would use half of these fibers, so your cost would be significantly lower. And then, is there a special handling instruction, or we treat like any other QSFP? So this meet all the standard for the MSA for the QSFP. So just a plug and play, and it's hot pluggable, so it will work seamlessly in your systems. And yes, Vitex offer the compatible 25G BiDi to go with this on the other side. And yes, we're gonna go over the Q&A sessions. If you have any questions, I'm glad to answer those. And yep, hopefully you're gonna find these solutions beneficial in your network infrastructure.
Fantastic. Great, Nghia. I think it's fascinating the way companies in broadcast, data centers, 5G are solving the problem in a bunch of different ways, whether it be with BiDis or breakouts and things like that. And the way that Vitex has kind of combined that solution, I think is very interesting. So like you said, we have a couple of questions in the Q&A that we're going to go over now. So let's switch over to that. So our first question that we got during the presentation was, is it auto rate select? So no need to manually change anything to move from the 10G port to 25G and vice versa?
It's so normally we ship it with the CDR. The CDR is clock data rate, and it's locked to 25G. But we can disable the CDR, and it basically will accept any rates. But either you're gonna need to tell us in advance so that we can disable it, or you can use the software to disable it, and it's gonna support any rate. But by default, it's gonna have the 25G CDR, and it support 25G per lane.
Fascinating. Great. Our next question is, will it work in an ORAN 5G environment as well?
Yes, it will work with Open RAN 5G network, but our solution is more geared toward the front hold between the cell side tower to the data processing unit. So yes, it does support the Open RAN, but on the front hold.
Gotcha. Great. So we'll move on to our next question. Does Vitex offer trials or samples with products?
Yes, we do offer 30 to 90 days free trial. So contact us. Then all we need from you is where to ship and promise to that you do the test and let us know the feedback if it works and how it works on your systems, and we're gonna send samples your way.
All right, great. We have one more final question for you, Nghia. So are there any other applications for the product besides the ones that we've described today?
Um, we are continuously in communication with our customers. These are our customer feedback, and these are our customer applications that we know now. But we are continuously in the conversations with our customer, and we will update the other applications in the future if our customers share their testimonies and how they use it. But yeah, please give it a try and let me know if it works in your for your needs. And if you have any questions on how it would work, or if it would help you, just shoot out an email. I will be in contact and yeah, happy to help.
Seeing as we have no more questions, we'd like to thank everyone for joining the webinar session today. As I said, we will be sending out a recording to all the registrants and attendees via email. If you have any other questions that were not addressed in the Q&A section today, you can email us at info@vitextech.com and we will address them as soon as possible. Once again, I would like to appreciate everyone spending the day with us and communicating and chatting about fiber optic solutions. We look forward to connecting again after this. Thanks,
Thank
everybody.
you very much, and have a great rest of your day.
Take care.